Welcome, Minneapolis junior, senior high school fans. It is September 9th, 2014. We're here for our first broadcast of MHS Volleyball today here at Sacred Heart High School in Salina on a nice warm day, hot day, heck with warm. Got in the mid-90s today. Dale Leech here for Eagle Communications Channel 20 and SalinaPost.com. We'll be joined shortly by Mike Perry, who'll be getting off work from El Dorado, and we'll be over here. Your Lady Lions are 2-2 on the season so far, having competed in 2 triangulars, and they'll be taking on Sacred Heart, who's 2-0, who's taken part in 1 triangular. Go over those records a little bit here. Minneapolis in their first triangular at Clay Center lost to the 4A Clay Center and then turned around in 2 very close matches, beat Southeast of Saline in a non-league contest, even though they are a league member. So that's encouraging to see that the ladies were able to beat Southeast of Saline. And then in a triangular at Minneapolis, they lost to large 3A Heston and then beat Hutch Trinity in their matches. I believe Hutch Trinity is also a 3A squad. Sacred Heart is 2-0, and they are in Class 2A this year. They were in a Bennington triangular, say about a little over a week ago. They beat Solomon narrowly and then turned around and beat Bennington pretty handily in the first game of the match and quite closely in the second game of the match. You can't discount anything about any Sacred Heart squad that Rose Whitman is going to put on the floor by any means, even though Minneapolis's opponents probably look a little stouter so far than the competition that Sacred Heart faced. But like I say, you're not going to be able to poo-paw any team that Rose Whitman puts on the floor here for Sacred Heart. Nor can you discount any team that Julie McCulloch puts on the floor for Minneapolis, who Julie, I believe, is our Dean of Coaches now with the passing of Jeff Giles last February. She is assisted by Val Beichman and Jeanette Weedle. Managers are Kylie Lott and Michaela Yost. The players that you probably see action in the varsity here: number 5, Shay Allison, a junior; number 7, Courtney Walker, a freshman, as a libero; 8, Kylie McKinney, a senior; number 10, Lindsay Shoup, a junior; number 12, Jade Roulotte, a junior; number 15, Kennedy Allison, a senior; number 16, Nicole Forte, a junior; and number 23, Mackenzie Allison, a sophomore. Players you will see for Sacred Heart are number 9, Maggie Dole, a senior; number 2, Zoe Wollstonecroft, a senior; number 1, Carly Alvarez, a junior; number 7, JC Goetz, a junior; number 11, Mackenzie Cack, a junior; number 15, Gabriel Diedrich, a sophomore; number 20, Grace Ivy, a sophomore; number 14, Kelsey Dole, a freshman; and number 19, Haley Rodriguez, a freshman. The Lady Lions will be on the right side of your television here. It's the south side of the gym. The Sacred Heart Knights in blue on the left side. The Lady Lions will serve first. Kylie McKinney to do the honors. Referees put the ball in play. McKinney serves. Allison. 2. Shoop, and I forgot who set that over, but the Lady Lions lead 1-0. McKinney, second serve. Little bump over the net by Sacred Heart, goes out of bounds. Lady Lions are smart to let that go. It's 2-0 Minneapolis. McKinney's third serve. And setup went awry there. The ball goes over to Sacred Heart, and they now trail 2-1. Serving for Sacred Heart is number 7, J.C. Goetz. Goetz serves. Shoot, sets up Lott. She gets it over. And they found an empty spot in the Lions defense. Number 2, Zoe Wollenscroft, ties the score at 2. Serve, Shoot sets up Lott. That's bounced back. Shoot gets it over. The setup. Back line. McKinney pops it, and it hits the floor. Point for the Lady Lions. It's 3-2. Shay Allison will serve. Allison serve. Shoot. Set up Forte, who knocked it over for the point. It's 4-2. Shay Allison to serve. And a hit into the net makes it 5-2 Lady Lions. Shay serve. Hit goes over the line, out of bounds. 6-2 Lady Lions. Shay serve. From the side. Kennedy Allison saves it. Jadra Lott's block attempt was hit back by Sacred Heart, out of bounds, making the score Minneapolis 7, Sacred Heart 2. We'll take a timeout here and listen to a word from our sponsors.
See American Family Insurance agent Scott Osherman for all of your insurance coverage under one roof. The Scott Osherman Agency in Minneapolis, proudly supporting the Lions.
Eagle Communications, home of ECTV, high-speed internet, 910 KINA, and 99 KG Country, is a proud sponsor of tonight's hometown coverage of Lions sports. Listen to the Lions sports on SalinaPost.com.
Welcome back to Knight Gymnasium. The Lady Lions continue to serve. Shay Allison puts it over. 4 hits. Makes it 8-2 Minneapolis. Shay Allison. Another good serve. Hit from the center. Allison pops it back. Set up center. And it looked like possibly Sacred Heart was under the net. Makes it 9-2 Minneapolis. Shay Allison serve. Several good serves here. Hit from the centers, back to the Lady Lions. Shay puts it over, and The defender tips it behind herself, can't handle it. Makes it 10-2 Lady Lions. Shea Allison continues to serve. Pop it over from the front line. Shoots, sets up Jade Roulotte, and it falls just inside the line on the right side there. Makes it 11-2 Lady Lions. Shea's serve again. Popped over from the back line. Kennedy to shoot. Forte puts it over. Block attempt by number 2, the Knights, Wilson-Croft. And it falls on their side of the net. 12-2 Minneapolis. Shea Allison gets it over. They pop it. Lady Lions can't control it. Point to the Lady Knights. Makes it 3 to serve 12 here. Serving for the Knights is number 11, Mackenzie Cack. Shoot to Allison. They get it across. Wilson-Croft. Shoot. Lot from the outside. It's blocked. Shoot puts it back. 9. Knocks it out of bounds over the backside. Makes it 13-3 Minneapolis. To serve will be Lindsay Shoup. We have a reversal. We have a reversal. The side judge disagreed with the line judge. It's 4 serving 12. And that hit the floor just in front of Kylie McKinney. Point to the Knights. 5 to serve 12. The serve. Shea puts it out of bounds. So Cack will serve again. They've cut the score in half. It's now 6 to 12. 6 serving 12. Lott and McKinney. Shoot to Lott. It's over. Set up the outside attack. Blocked by the Lady Lions, and the Knights can't handle it. Makes the score 13-6 Minneapolis. Shoup serving now will be Lindsay Shoup. 13 serving 6. Allison sets up Lott. It's knocked over, and the Knights block it out of bounds, making the score. Well, they didn't see what I thought I saw. The Knights will serve. 7-13. Tape shot, and the ball hit right in front of the Lady Lions there. Mike Perry joins us. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you, Dale.
15 continues to serve.
New volleyball season. I
Yes.
kind of like what I saw on paper.
Well, Lady Lions are 2-2 so far. 14-8 now. Lot to serve. Under the net, I guess, for the Lady Lions.
McKinney, Allison, Forte, Lott, Shoup, and Allison.
9 to serve 14 here. The block by the Knights. Lions keep in play. McKinney puts it over, and the Knights can't handle it. Makes it 15-9 Lady Lions.
That looks like Kennedy's doing most of the setting up front. That's nice to have a setter that can hit like she can, and stands, what, 5'9",
Yeah.
5'10"?
Forte puts it over on the serve, and the Knights can't handle it. 16-9. Yeah, I've been kind of surprised to see she hasn't gone for more kills, but they're setting it more to lot than anybody.
Well, as you know, Jadra's got a big hit over there.
Yep.
Big hammer. McKinney's got a pretty good swing herself as she puts that one down the sideline.
A lift called on Shoup. Makes the score 10-16, favor the Lions.
Well, I got part way over here, Dale, and realized I did not have shorts on, but this gym is not.
It's not as warm as I thought it'd be.
Hot as it can be.
Especially for a mid-90s day.
Yes. Well, the big block as Jadra comes from behind the back line for a nice attack, but
Grace Ivy, a sophomore for the Knights.
Sacred Heart right there for the block.
Makes it 11, serving 16.
Maggie Dahl.
3 hits, we didn't get it over.
She's got to be a senior, doesn't she, Dale?
Well, this is a freshman, I think, isn't it? No, it's a different one. Yeah, Maggie's a senior. There's 2 Dahls.
Yeah, and
Lady Lions are having a few communication problems here, and Coach McCulloch takes a timeout. The Knights have cut the score within 3, trailing the Lions 13-16. Well, have you seen anything that the Lady Lions have done this year in the scores?
No, I haven't, Dale, and I thought you probably brought the folks on the other end of this telecast up to speed.
They are 2-2. They in their opening triangular they lost to Clay Center but beat Southeast Sling. And in their next triangular they beat Hutch Trinity and lost to Heston.
Well, usually Heston and Clay Center both have decent teams, and if that was the case, then it gets them all lined up for the competition they have. The Concordia tournament, of course, is always great competition. Got the same thing down at Hillsboro later on.
Maggie Dole to serve for the Knights.
It's good to see her with her big, heavy knee braces off. What a dig by Sacred Heart on the back line. Shea right there for the stuff, but I thought she was getting off close to that net.
Yes. Well, I think truth be told, she did have a hand on the net there at the end. Maybe that was after she touched the ball. I don't know.
17-13, Minneapolis make that 18-13 as Kennedy Allison finds a spot where Sacred Heart defense was a little bit thin. There's a good attack this time. They didn't get it over, and that's the call. As number 14 perusing through, that's might be the other Dahl.
Kennedy Allison serves. Nice block.
I didn't think that went over either, and it did not, as Mackenzie Cack gets a nice attack, but it comes right back at her, and quick timeout called for and granted to Sacred Heart. Minneapolis leading 20-13.
Yes, the younger Dole, the freshman, is number 19.
Well, Dale, are we rotating in, or are we
We
playing
have not
6?
rotated yet. We have played 6 all the way through so far.
Well, you know, the taller girls' foot speed and whether they can get there and get them up off the floor on the back row is always an important issue with your defensive ball club when it comes to volleyball. And if they can get there, that's good.
They have the freshman Walker as a Lavaro, but she's not seen the floor yet.
And usually Coach Mack will use them to slow down the other team if she needs a momentum change. Kennedy Allison's serve is over in good shape. Now the attack from the outside is a dinker. Shea just tips it on over, and it's going to go out of bounds on Sacred Heart's tip try there at the edge of the net. 8-point lead here for Minneapolis. Nice set there, and a good attack by Sacred Heart. Now we're set pretty good in the middle, but that was out. As Shea Allison has the ball set just about as perfect as you could get it there at the net.
Kelsey Dole serves for the Knights.
Give Shea another shot at it, and overpass comes right back to her, and she tips it right down to the floor for a point.
22 to serve 14 here.
Kylie McKinney. Nice serve. That's in.
Yep, just inside the line.
Grace Ivy, I believe. When they have dual numbers, it's hard to pick up.
The number on the right is their blue, and they've got two numbers there.
JC Goetz in to serve for the Knights. That one was headed down to the floor, being a shorter in stature. It was headed to the floor.
16 to serve 22 here.
Should have let that one go. That was way back there. Kennedy Allison took a stab at it, went out the back line.
17 to serve 22.
And here come the Lady Knights.
Goetz serves again.
Pass doesn't make it to the front row. Jadra Lott reaches back and hammers it on across. Now they tip it across, and so does Shea. Which we don't like to happen very often. We don't get a good attack that way. There, that one goes over, and just as I say that, she dinks one in as she rolls one over with her set. Point Minneapolis. Side out to Big Blue, and we'll serve here with Shea Allison.
It's good to see Lindsay back on the squad this year. She sat out her sophomore year.
Good athlete, good all-around athlete. Good track. Nice stuff by Forte and Shoup on the front line. Now Shoup with a good set, and Nicole Forte found one down just inside the back row. Nicole's got a pretty good swing up front. She's playing in the middle also.
Back to Shea Allison serving. She had several good serves the first time around.
And there's another one. And a nice set. Ooh, will it stay in?
Oh, that would not have stayed in, I don't think.
Kennedy Allison's, oh, that was two hit. Set up there as Shoup got her hands a little bit out of whack, out of sorts, I guess is what I'm looking at. Oh, there's a good save, but we go way under as Nicole.
Forte and Shoup collide, and Shoup goes zinging into the net.
19-24. Outside, oh, big hit.
That does it.
There you go.
25-19 Lady Lions here in this first game of the match.
I've been kind of waiting to see that one, but that's exactly what Coach McCulloch was wanting to end this first match, as Jadra Lott set up beautifully on the outside, and she comes to the net with authority. She can bring it, can't she?
That she can.
Big hammer.
Well, I think they've played fairly good volleyball so far. A few communication errors, lapses in judgment, but no more than you've seen that in any other squad. So, and early in the season.
Is this the first time you've seen them
this year?
play?
Yep.
Well, we've got them every Tuesday for the next, 2 weeks or so. Those would be at home, of course, but that'd be a good chance for the locals to get out and watch this club. As I mentioned, on paper, this club could easily be ranked in the top 10 in the state. I think they're that good. I know they'll be getting better as time goes along, and they can pick up those little miscues here and there. But boy, we've got a tall squad.
Yes, we do.
It's not always Coach McCulloch's out in the middle of them, and everyone around her is 3 inches taller than she is.
We don't have any 6-footers, but we do have 5'10", 5'9", 5'9",
Well, that makes
5'10", 5'10".
for good defense to have someone in the middle that can get up and block.
Sacred Heart checks in with 1 6-footer, Woolsencroft, a sophomore, or excuse me, a senior, number 2. Then they've got 5'11" girl, Diedrich. Must be the sister of the famous Fast Diedrich boys in the past few years. And 5'10", Anna Ivy, a freshman that we will not see in the varsity contest, at least in the first go-round. But
well, they're just
so fairly evenly matched in height.
Yes. Skills, typically Coach Whitman puts a pretty good squad out on the floor. Some years she has had state qualifiers, so have we. So
yes,
2 seasoned veteran coaches in our league, Coach Whitman and Coach McCulloch. And we'll see how this turns out as season moves along. It's nice to get some tough competition up front, and we've experienced that with Clay Center,
Heston and Southeast of Saline.
So
Southeast Saline's nothing to sneeze at. They've had some real good squads, and they might have lost some, but I know they had a lot of very good players that were underclassmen last year. So.
Well, let's talk football for just a minute, Dale. The new coach and new scheme, the attack on the offense, the defense looked pretty good. I heard there's a few penalties, but they spread it out and get it down the field.
Yeah, that they do. Got speed at important positions. You got some wide receivers that are 6 foot and not a shorty at a quarterback that can see to get the ball. And he placed the ball several times in just the right spot to where just the receiver could get it. Gage Mortimer, very good at running back. Overall, I think very good squad. I like the way our season shapes up as far as schedule is concerned compared to the last couple of years, all the way through district. So, not to say that it'll be easy, but
I haven't credited Gage enough. I mentioned it in basketball last year as he's a pretty aggressive basketball player, but his football play, I've been extremely surprised in his toughness, mental toughness. Of course, he's got skills and speed, and he's got size, 6 foot, 161. To another 5 pounds, but he's quick enough. He's got a good football mind for carrying the ball, and he does a wonderful job. It is his toughness. He's been hit many, many times.
Getz will serve.
The left-hander puts it across and shoot. Back sets it right on over. Now that 6-footer we were talking about puts one over, and Nicole does not get there. She thought the back row attacker, which would have been McKinney, would have been there to attack the net from the back row. It didn't happen. 1-0 Sacred Heart.
Knights take the early lead.
There's an overpass by McKinney, and
Woolsencroft taps it down over the center.
You got a 6-foot girl there at the net. Typically, it's a point the opposition, and that's what happened there. 2-0 Lady Knights.
You could dig off the floor there. Woolsencroft with the block. 3-0 Knights.
Well, they're getting someone in front of our hitter. Right now, the Knights are playing a little better. Left-hander. We took a wing at that one. McKinney didn't get a fingernail on that one hardly. And Coach McCulloch is going to call a timeout for 4-0 Sacred Heart. As, what is her name? She's doing a pretty good job serving, number 3.
That would be
Kaylee Burr.
3, did you say?
Or is, oh, 7, excuse me.
Yeah, 7 goats.
Goats, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you.
Yep.
But Coach McCulloch wanted a quick timeout to slow down this offense, as Sacred Heart here in the second game of the first match has jumped out to a 4-0 lead.
Definitely building some momentum here in this second game of the match, excuse me.
Gets or goats?
Probably could be pronounced either way.
Left-hander puts it over. Allison, now we get Jadra Lott set. She knocks one across. Nicole dives to save that one, and the ball goes out of bounds. Point, Sacred Heart.
By 0.
Lott, all she can do is tap that one over. Now on the outside, he called it in, and with the reflection on the floor, I think he was probably right, wasn't he, Dale? Or did you have?
Well, I was a little
better
blocked. I thought it was going to be called out, but I didn't see enough to argue. 6-0.
There's a little better pass. Now Shea just sets it on over. Sacred Heart able to put some pressure on us on the offensive end. There's some pressure right there as we finally get a side out as Jadra Lott gets set.
Well, we dug a 6-0 hole. I was going to see if we can come back. It's 1 to serve 6.
If we can get a couple here and get a quick side out. Shea with a pretty nice serve. That was a lift. A little bit too much. They'll let them two-hand that thing forward like that, but that's a little bit too much. Nice serve there by Shea. Back set is blocked, but it goes down on our side as Mackenzie Cack knocks one through the blocker.
7-2.
And she goes to the service line. Nicole Forte, back set, Jadra Lott. They're going to have a hard time getting to that, but they do. And they recover nicely. So do we. They get a blocker right in front of Lott once again.
Wollencroft and Wilsoncroft, I should say.
Wilsoncroft, I believe, is going to play in front of Jadra Lott wherever she goes on that floor. Nice block, but they cannot pick it up off the back row as Getz.
Diedrich was the side mate of Wolsencroft there. I couldn't figure it out for a second.
Shoup with the serve. Minneapolis trailing by 5. They get there now, and we need a good set, and we get one. Jadra Lott, it's out.
Oh, the off a night.
Ooh, it was tipped.
Line judge says.
Somewhat, so we're back in business. Number 2 got a hand on it.
It's going to be 4 to serve 8 here.
And I believe that. Number 2, Wilsoncroft, is right in front of Jadra Lott on every attack. There's a big hit from the outside from Dahl. Is it Dole?
I think it's Dole.
Dole.
I've heard their announcers say Dole, so I'll go with that. We called her Doll, Hold'em Doll forever, but
yeah. Carly Alvarez in to serve for the Lady Knights. Serve is over in good shape. We get a good pass to the front. Now Nicole just taps it over. That's easy out for them, and they put one down in the middle.
Knights
have to quit tipping it over.
Sure have the momentum going here. It's 10-4.
Now we tip it over the front, and Nicole just back sets it on over. And a big attack there as they find the corner. It's tipped at the net. Drops on our
Croft
side.
knocks it over. I just don't remember that name from the past with the Knights, but I could be wrong.
What class is she in? Oh, we turn around and spin, and Kennedy
Senior.
knocks one down.
I don't know if she's a transfer or grew 6 inches over the summer or what.
I remember her, but I don't remember her being 6 foot tall. For some reason, I do remember the name. Jadra Lott with the jump serve. And a nice one at that. Back row, they're just going to tip it over. We're there. Now, good set. And McKinney pounds one through. Woolsencroft in the net. Excuse me, it was number 14, Dole, in the net. Point Minneapolis, 11-6. Minneapolis trailing by 5. Jadra Lott, not a good effort there.
Makes it 12-6 Knights. 2 subs come in for the Knights. Number 19, Rodriguez.
Number 20, Grace Ivy, front row. Tall presence. McKinney, good attack. Now the set. Outside hit is handled easily. We just tip it over and give them a excellent chance to attack, and they take care of business. 13-6. Lady Knights leading. This is the second game of the first match. That's terrible serve there, and we get it side out.
It's the kind of help we need. Makes it 7 serving 13. Forte in for the Lions on the service.
Nice serve. Back set. That's attack by Dole is wide of the mark outside. Point Minneapolis. 8 serving 13. Nicole Forte. Overpass is right up front. Setter cannot pull it out of the net. Shea put a hand on it to make sure it went down to the floor.
Knights, the Lions pull within 4. 9 to serve 13 here.
Rally scoring, you don't want to give it up, do you? Just yet.
Nope.
That goes off the wall as Dole tracks it down. Out of bounds, it goes off the wall. And
10 to serve 13.
we're getting there. Ooh, tape shot as Nicole Forte grabs the top of the net. She was clear under the net. I don't know how that works. Yeah, she did give it to us as number 20 was well into the net and under the net. And the point does go to Minneapolis as Coach Whitman, Sacred Heart Lady Knights, wants a timeout to try to stem the tide a little bit as Forte is having pretty good luck at the service line here.
We haven't been this close in this match since this game, since it was 2-0 Lady Knights. So we're crawling back into it for sure.
Well, Dale, expand on the football team a little bit, if you would.
Well, the defense played good overall. Good linebackers. Fleming and Quentin Clark. Actually, they played 4 linebackers, and I can't remember who the who the two outside backers were.
So we play a 3-4 type defense then?
Yes, Logan Robbins at 290 pounds is the nose guard. Did a very effective job. And
try and move me out, huh?
Jace McKinney at one defensive end and Kelly at the other defensive end.
Some good size. I was there on the side street and caught a, Jade Roulotte got there. It would have been a heck of a save. A couple of passes directed at Mr. Kelly, and they're far and above anyone's reach.
Yes.
Grabbed the pass and good 8 yards.
That was another one I forgot to mention as far as height is concerned on passing.
6'3" is a nice go. We had a little pop and a crack there in our system. I hope we're still coming through. Nice dig by Jade Roulotte, and they put it down. It's in. I believe that was McKinney.
We pull within one. 13 to serve 14. Kennedy Allison, the Annapolis hopeful, to serve.
So we're in good shape. Nice dig by Alvarez. Now the set and the outside attack. We just cannot cover the middle here.
That's been, if there's been any weakness today, it's been in the middle in both games of this match so far.
Mackenzie Cack with not an extremely hard attack from the outside. It just drops in the middle. We're not there.
Dole.
Pass goes astray, and Jade Roulotte's able to get it over, and the block up front by Grace Ivy, it drops on their side. There was no one there to dig that up either. Now Minneapolis back with service.
14 to serve 15.
And that's a pass of equal problems as that one goes sideways for Cat.
We've rallied and tied it at 15. McKinney serves.
Nice serve. Much better pass from the back row this time, as Rose Whitman would have liked that one last time around. Big hit. Goes off the ceiling and back down. They're able to get there. Now Shea Allison tips one over. And they send one into the middle where Cole Forte is that time there to cover. There's a save. Now Allison's going to have to back set it over, and she does from behind the 10-foot line. Ooh, what a block. Shoot, and Shea Allison right there at the net for the stuff kill.
And we take the first lead for the Lions in this game, 16-15.
Kylie McKinney, pretty steady in about everything she does. Shea Allison, it's in. Kind of went off to the side, but it was just perfectly inside the out of bounds line. Point Minneapolis. And Coach McCulloch's asking her to follow through with that hand. But it was a point, Dale.
Yes, it was.
McKinney, it's in the net. They dig it out. Nice dig by their setter. Now Jade Roulotte pounds that one down. It comes clear on across on the block and out of bounds, point Minneapolis.
18-15 lead Minneapolis, and the Knights want to talk about it.
Well, their setter's number 19 there, Dale. I'm trying to pick up that. Oh, there it is down there. It's Haley Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Back to football, probably another thing that I'd like to see get stronger sooner better than later on is getting the snaps more accurate in our shotgun formation. Mr. Yoxel kind of had to chase him around more times than I would have liked to see. But I think this is the first year for Fleming to be a snapper. At least I think he was snapping. He's either snapper or playing guard, one of the two. So that needs some strengthening before the season gets very old. Didn't ever see any disasters from it, but it delayed things a few times. McKinney to continue to serve.
Well, she just about, and it comes on over pass. They do recover nicely. Now Jadra Lott a little bit out of sorts, and the lift.
Well, they award it to the Lions. Knights were in the net, I guess.
Evidently.
19 to serve 15 here.
McKinney still serving. There's a little better serve. Pass is very low. They had to dig it at the net. Now Shea with a nice set on the backside. Jadra bumps it on over as Allison had to make a nice save.
Is it lift?
We're in the net.
In the net. Okay.
Shoop in the net.
Gives the ball back to the Knights, trailing 16 to 19.
Well, that was a nice run.
And Woolsencroft comes back in for Ivy.
Gets at the service line. Shea way out. Attack from the outside. Nice bump pass by Jadra. She gets it right back. She tries to put it down on the floor. That will be just fine right there. It's a winner, point Minneapolis. And Shea Allison to the back row.
20 to serve 17.
Good serve. Pass goes almost
Oh.
over.
I don't believe it.
I haven't seen that before, Dale. I've seen it, well, they still put it up and over in the middle. Jadra wasn't going to die for it, couldn't die for it. All she could do is stick out a foot. Pancaked the foot, brought it up off the floor.
Can you do that?
Evidently, any part except for, I guess you could headbutt it even. We put one in the middle there. There we go.
Yeah.
Overpass right in Jadra Lott's wheelhouse. She pounds it down to the back row, point side out to Minneapolis.
I mean, it had to be clearly seen by both referees, so it must have been legal. 21-18 Minneapolis. That's the first time I've seen it, though, I think.
It was a step kick. Oh, that was a lift, but no call. They are able to get to it, but will not go over. In 3, point Minneapolis.
22 to serve 18 here.
Lindsay Shue.
Was Whitman talking about the flip there?
Must have. Too, they missed a lift there also. I guess it would be a kick save, wouldn't it? It's not hockey, but it's a kick save. Alvarez coming in to serve for the Lady Knights. Minneapolis looking for a quick side out right here. As I remember, she's a pretty decent server. Over in good shape. Not a good pass from the back row, though. The Knights on the attack. They tip it over. Now let's get set on the outside, and we do. Jadra, it's a good hit on it, and they recover nicely. How about Nicole Forte, and the block up front is handled.
Woolsencroft, all 6 foot over, got in the way.
Pretty good blocker up there. Alvarez serving.
20 to serve 22.
Back set. Yeah, that went over, and they did rescue it. There you go. That's out. Jadra gets a good swing from the outside as she's set pretty decently.
21 to serve 22, and the Lady Lions take a timeout to talk about it. With the Knights trying to rally back here. And of course, this Friday, Minneapolis travels to Lynchburg. You might have noticed as you drove by the street here that the Kansas Wesleyan field doesn't look like it's quite 100% ready to play football on yet.
I read earlier the Knights are going to play all their home games at Lynchburg. Yeah, they could.
A day or two away, I think, from opening that field.
I think if they would just blade it and chalk it, they could play. It would be a dust bowl, wouldn't it?
But anyway, the Lions will be playing their first game ever on artificial turf, I think.
I can't remember ever playing on the plastic.
Alvarez to serve for the Knights.
22-21, Minneapolis ahead by 1. We do get it over. We don't get set very well. We need a good block there and good net play. Shoop sets it on over now. Lady Knights get set real well. Doesn't touch anything. So it's good. How about that? Yeah.
Just inside.
Boy, that was timely, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
23
to serve 21.
On the outside, puts one right down the line. It's in. Point Minneapolis. Now, if Jadra can get a couple of those jump serves over in good shape. Jadra with a good pass to the front. McKinney, that was a nice attack. The tip actually almost was a lift. McKinney slams one down, but they cannot get to it as it drops right in the middle. And we have seen a few balls tonight drop in the middle, haven't we?
Yep, that was kind of a dinker, I think.
Yeah.
Match point here, 24-21.
Jadra Lott. Oh, yeah. How about an ace? And it was a net tape shot to boot. That's a good way to end that one, wasn't it, Dale?
Yes, it was.
21.
Had to stop and think about whether it was going to go over or not, but it was just enough to fake the Knights out. Well, it will be time for the junior varsity to come on and play. We will leave it here live on the air as far as anybody listening on Channel 20 at home on TV or on the internet. I would assume that it will be close to 7 o'clock before we come back with the second varsity match, if you want to time things. But Lady Lions sweep the first match by a score of 25-19, and 25-21 having to come from 6 points down, I think, in the second game.
I saw 7-1 at one time.
To
yes, you're right.
get things rolling here and get the lead. So.
Well, you know, Rose Whitman will bring out a little different course of action here in the second match, but
well, there was a different course of action, I think, in the second game of that first match.
I think you're right.
We adjusted to it and were able to carry through. So with that, Dale Leech and Mike Perry, we'll be back for game 2 of this match, probably in about 1 hour, 5 to 7 or 7 o'clock, depending on how things go with the junior varsity. Thanks for listening. We'll be back, folks.